can comment down below. In case you have some doubts, you can always, or have some doubts related to something else too, you can comment down below. Okay. And please everyone, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to the channel so that I can come up with new videos every time. And today we will be covering the speaking listening module, and in it we will be doing the map questions, that how to perfectly you have to get your answers when it comes to the map questions. So we'll go through it. Okay, thank you Anshu for joining in. There would be a slight delay also, so that so in any case you guys want your doubts will surely be solved. So do not worry, I will reply to you all. Okay. So thank you Anshu for joining in, and thank you Ajay Singh. I'm very good. Thank you for asking. Great, Teja is here. Thank you so much for entering, Teja. And Wonderland 94. Hi to you too. I hope you're doing very well. So let's get started in just 2 more minutes. Let's get started. Okay. So today, first of all, let's talk about, see, now when it comes to the listening, it is very easy. We all know that it is very easy to get the maximum score in the listening. But the part where most of the students get stuck on is this one. When it comes to some, in your exam, when there are some map questions, some plan diagram task type questions, that is the time you generally forgot, and you generally get confused over the time. So do not worry, today I will give you the great method that how you have to basically master this type also, so that you can get the 9 band in at least listening. So I tell it to everyone who attends my class that when it comes to the listening exam, you always have to put in the maximum efforts, and you should work like that you can get the maybe like nothing less than 9 bands. So in the listening exam it is possible to get 9 bands, so you should get it. Okay, so now let's start with the map and these type of questions. So here are few things that you need to consider when it comes to these type of questions. Okay, so the very first thing is that it is very important that you stay confident and you stay focused throughout when you are giving your listening exam, right? If you also get like distracted for a few seconds, you can lose your marks. And when it comes to these type of like map and diagram questions, when it comes to these type of questions, it becomes much more important, because if you need to be 50% concentrated when you are doing rest of the listening exam, you need to be 100% concentrated when it comes to these type of questions, because you have to be very active. You have to actively write your answers everywhere. You have to actively see that at which location we are, because in a map generally what happens, the examiner will walk you through the walk you through the map, and you have to listen to it, that and the positions that where you are right now. So it is very important to be at the position that you are required to, wherever the examiner is speaking, you need to be actively listening to it. So there is a skill of active listening which you need to acquire, especially in these kind of questions. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, the first very thing that you need to concentrate or you need to implement is that you need to practice a lot on the location and the direction. Okay, now what I mean to the by the terms location and direction, there are two terms, location and direction. You need to be very much attentive and you need to listen to it very nicely. Okay, so you need when you need to practice language of location and directions. At the end, when we will discuss all the points, I will tell you that how basically when you get like before you get time to read your listening question and you get time to listen to your map question, how basically you have to utilize that time. I will be telling you that when you are listening to it, what procedure you have to follow, and what are the things that you need to concentrate on. Then it comes to the direction, and at the end we will also discuss that what are the different directions that you need to know, what is the basic vocabulary that is used in these type of questions that you need to master. Otherwise, if I am saying that go to the south of the map, or we are going to the south of the map, you won't be know if you don't know which direction the south is, and in what context they are saying south, you won't be able to get the maximum score. So it's very important when it comes to location, direction, that you need a very good vocabulary. Okay, then you need to use your time before you listen to study any map, plans, diagram, and details. This will I will also discuss with you. So I'm just giving you an overview that what are we going to discuss. So I will give you the exact method that how you have to basically implement it, how basically you have to use the time before that you get before the audio starts playing. Okay, then it's important to listen at the beginning of this kind of task, as there is usually a reference point. So it is very important to listen to the reference point only. Okay, so reference point is very important because it tells you, in first of all, it tells you where you are right now at the map. Second thing, it tells you that in which direction you are facing. Okay, so if they say that you have to go straight, you should know that in which direction you have to go straight, right? So it is very important that you know the reference point. Then you can mark your answers on the plan as the speaker walks through it. Okay, so that is also what you have to do. We'll discuss it. Then another important point when it comes to these kind of question is that do not lose your spot at any moment. For example, if in case you also lose your spot, for example, if you are listening to your answers and suddenly you are writing your answers, and in the meantime sometimes it happens that you lose your place. So do not panic. Think of the references that the examiner is using. They might be always giving you some clue that what where you are exactly. So you have to listen to it and you have to think over it that okay, where I am right now. Great. So do not panic. Listen that where you are currently and what you are doing currently. Okay, so you like at what spot you are, identify as quickly as you can so that you can give the answers as like you do not miss on lot of answers. Okay, then always use your logic. That is very important. For example, if they are saying that there is a bike rack which you need to identify in the map, so it is very much obvious thing that the bike rack will be located outside a building only, it won't be inside a building. So that are some of the common clues that you need to also use your logic when you are like when you are preparing. Before you listen to the audio, you have to be very much attentive and you have to listen to it that what where is the exact location where maybe it this thing can be. Okay, so have a do a guess game also before even the audio starts playing. Then you can make notes on the paper if you wish, and it is only possible if you are giving paper delivered IELTS. So I'll talk about both the things till the last, that if you are giving paper delivered IELTS, then how you should attempt it, and if you are giving computer delivered IELTS, how should you attempt it, and in which type the listening is much easier. Okay, we'll discuss that also. So first, for example, this is our first map. Okay, first of all, before even the recording starts, you have to do few things. Okay, for example, here first thing that you need to do is always read the title, that what is the title, so that you get an idea that okay, what are you going to basically talk about. Okay, so first of all, before the audio starts, what you have to do, we'll be discussing that. Okay, so first of all, what you have to do is you have to read the title, that what are they saying. They are saying that these are the proposed traffic changes in a city. So they're talking about that what are the changes they are going to make in a city. Okay, so first thing that you then the next first thing is this, that you need to read the headline. Second thing is always look for this part. I know this is not very common, but you have to look for this part. You have to see that if they are having this thing in your exam. Now, why this thing is important? Because 99%, if they are mentioning north, south, east, west in your this in your map portion, they have marked these direction. It means that it only means that they might be talking in this sense. They might be talking the direction sense to you. So you should be having a good direction sense. Now, what you have to basically do is that whenever like we are starting this question, so what you have to do is quickly put a arrow here over here, put a big north. Okay, why this why we are putting the direction? So that when the examiner is speaking, when the examiner is speaking, we can quickly go to and we quickly know that okay, this direction is in this way. Okay, so you have to mark here north, and it should be quite big, so that like you do not have to look twice for it. You can easily guess it that okay, which direction it is. Okay, then here you can write east. Just put the first alphabet so that you know and you can identify, and put here west. Now this is also not enough, because they won't be just talking in this sense. They will be also using some more things, like here you have to put northeast. Okay, another thing to always remember, that they won't be using east north. They would never be saying east north. They would be always saying you that the direction is northeast. So you have to stick to it and you have to listen according to it. So mark here northeast, mark here our southeast, mark here southwest, and mark here northwest. Now, if they say that, for example, they say that the supermarket is on the east side of the library, so that you know that, okay, library is this, so the east side will be here and there will be the supermarket. So it helps you to identify it better and you get the good glance of it, that, okay, you will be able to do it very quickly. Okay, so this is one of the things that you need to do before the audio starts playing. Next thing is that you have to identify these all words. You have to identify that where these places can be. Okay, have a guess or otherwise just read it. Okay, new traffic lights. Okay, traffic lights can be somewhere here, and not anywhere else it can't be. Then parking allowed, pedestrian crossing. Now pedestrian crossing is a very what does it means, like a zebra crossing, that are the road marks from where a pedestrian can cross the road, right? So where it is very common sense that you need to apply. Okay, for example, if we see here on the road, we can just see one mark, that is E. So before even starting the audio, you can guess things like that. The pedestrian crossing can be E. So in your mind, you are aware that when they speak of pedestrian crossing, you can think about this point, that this can be a relevant answer. Okay. Then new parking sign, new disabled parking sign, widened pavement, and lorry unloading restrictions. Okay, you have read this, that okay, these are the points that I need to identify in my map, and I have to write over here that what my answer should be. Okay, now this is what you have to do before the map before the audio starts playing, right? First you have to see this, you have to see the headline. Second thing, you have to locate this directions, that if the directions are giving. If the directions are not given, you have to mark something else, which we will do further. Okay, you have to identify it, then quickly mark these directions, that if it is there, you have to mark like this: north, south, east, west, northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. You have to quickly mark these things, right? Once you have marked all these things, what you need to do is read all these what you have to be read all the locations that which you need to identify when it comes to these kind of questions. Okay. Hi Alicia, hi good boy. Thank you for everyone joining in. We are just doing our map question, that how you basically have to do it. We have done the first step, that before listening the audio, when it comes to the direction questions, what you have to do. Okay. Now, as we have completed it, let me clear all my drawings. Okay. So now the audio starts playing. What you basically have to do, let's discuss that. Okay. Now the audio have start playing. So what are the things that you need to keep in mind? The first very thing that you need to always keep in mind is, just give me a second. So, okay. Writing is not pretty clear. Okay, Shazad, I would try to improve. Actually, I'm writing with the mouse of the laptop only, so it doesn't come very clear. So I'll try to improve. Okay. Okay. So next thing, now what are the things that you need to keep in mind? First of all, here are the different prompts. These are the locations that you need to identify. What you have to basically do is, you have to always remember that it will be in this sequence only, right? The examiner will be speaking in this sequence only. So you have to always be aware that what is the next location that you need to hear to answer your question. Okay. So for example, when the examiner starts speaking, you have to firstly remember that, okay, they will be talking about some new traffic lights that they have implemented somewhere in the map, and I have to hear for it. Okay. And as soon as they start speaking, there are few things that you can do, especially in paper delivered ads. What are the different things? First of all, you can mark the directions where they're going, right? So for example, they start by saying that in the front of the school there will be the, maybe they say that there will be the new traffic lights. Okay. What you can do, you can, from your pencil that you are having right now, you can make an arrow like this, and you can like show the direction that, okay, in front of this place. Now say, they say that the G point here, they say that the G point here is the 14th one. Okay. What you need to do is, do not go back and forth from the questions. Okay. In paper delivered especially, you have that liability, you have a pencil, and you can work on the map, right? So do not go back and forth with the questions. Over here only, write your answer that these are the new traffic lights. Now you don't need to write the complete word, just write N T L. Okay. Just write here NTL, so that you know that, okay, we are talking about the new traffic lights that they have implemented. Okay. Next thing, they will be speaking something about pedestrian crossing, that on the junction of School Road and High Street there is a pedestrian crossing. Which, what is a junction? Basically, junction is when one road is combining with another road. Okay. So the E part, the E1 here would be our pedestrian crossing. We can say that, okay, this is our pedestrian crossing. So right here, PC. Okay. Right here, PC, that, okay, this is my pedestrian crossing that we are talking about. So that is what you need to follow in your whole question, that you can firstly mark, and always mark with arrows, that where are the arrows going, right? So that you know that, okay, here is my arrow going, and this is the direction that we are currently facing. Okay. So that is the thing that you need to remember, and it will always be in the sequence. Now, in case sometimes while hearing the video, you were writing your answer and you forgot that, okay, where I was or where the speaker has gone. So already if they have reached this point, for example, if they have already reached over this point, you won't be able to identify very quickly. But what you need to do is that listen to the audio very clearly and see that, okay, what are the different like points that they are talking about. Try to identify that, okay, what are the like reference points that they are giving at the moment, so that I can identify that what are the different things that they are going to speak upon. Okay, so these it is what you have to do in these type of questions, right? Now in case they are not talking about, just give me a second. Okay, so before we move further, now we will be doing a question where there is no marks, like there are no directions of north, south, east, west given. So what you have to do at that time, we will be discussing that. Okay, so what you have to basically, before starting over it, if you are there in some WhatsApp groups or on Facebook groups, please share my video with everyone, so that okay, so that everyone can watch it. And if anyone like if you would be able to help anyone, that will be very good. Okay, so let me just share. Okay, so are you having any doubts till now that how you have to basically work around your questions? If you have any doubt, please comment down below in the comment box, and we will go through it quickly. Okay, now let's move ahead. Now when you we'll be talking about the questions when you basically do not have the directions given. They are not writing north, south, east, west in your question. There is not given in it is not given. What you have to basically do is, if this is your map, you need to still mark some directions. Now what are the directions? On the top of it, mark top. Write a big T so that you remember that, okay, when they say top, you have to write T. When you have to go to the bottom, write B. When you have to go in this direction, write what you will write. Here you can write right. In this direction, you can write left. So that you know, you are able to identify that what are the different directions you are working around. Now here write top right. So it happens a lot of times that they write that or they say that it is located on the on the top right corner of the map, or it is located on the top right corner of the building. So if they say things like that, you should be quickly able to understand that, okay, which is the top right corner, which is the bottom right corner, which is the top left corner, and which is the bottom left corner. Okay, so mark the directions in this one also, so that you are clearly able to understand that what are the different directions you have to work around. Okay, you have to always mark these directions so that quickly you are able to identify. Now the reference point that we were talking about before, what in this map will be this one, that they will say to you, the audio or the examiner will say to you that, okay, right now we are at the entrance, and what does this arrow identifies? This arrow shows that, okay, now you are facing which direction, what is the direction that you will be facing. Okay, so this will be the direction. Now what you have to do is just move it. Okay, if they are saying go straight, you have to put your arrows and you have to move your pencil like that. If they are saying go straight, you can go to the straight and always mark the arrow so that you know in which direction you are going. If they are still saying go straight, mark it like this. If they are saying go right, mark it like this. Okay, you have to mark the arrows like that so that you are able to identify, right? So this is what you need to do in these type of questions. Okay. Next thing, I'm having a call from someone who is on live with me. So if you are watching me, please comment down in on the YouTube only that what are the doubts that you want to ask. Please do not WhatsApp me right now. I'm not able to identify it. Okay, so just text me over here only. Hi Aisha, please text me over here only on the YouTube because it's on right now, so that I can watch your doubts or whatever you having over here only. Okay, now the next thing that we will be doing would be a fun activity. Okay, so what is the activity that we have to do? So here is a whiteboard and I need you guys to answer my few questions. I need to see that how well you know the directions that we are generally have. Okay. So first of all, in your mind, you should be clear of few directions. So if we talk about this direction, what is this? North. What is this direction? East, south, and west, right? So this is north, this is south, this is east, this is west. Which is this direction? This is northeast. This is southeast. This direction is southwest. And this direction is northwest. Okay, so these are the different directions that we are having. Okay, I'm sorry about the writing if you're not able to identify, but I'm speaking so that you can identify it. Okay, now if I say to you guys that currently I am at point A, okay, I am here at point A and I have to go over here at point B. If I'm saying that I am Kajal and I have to go from point A to point B, in which direction I will be moving? So comment down below quickly that okay, in which direction you will be going. I will be reading your comments and then we'll move forward so that you also know that okay, what are the directions that we are talking about. So this really happens in your, I'm waiting for your comments, so please comment down. So this really happens that they say that okay, maybe the library is at the point A and the classroom is at the is on the this direction of the map. So you have to tell me that which is the direction that we are talking about here. Are we talking about northeast, northwest, southeast, south, north? Okay. Sada Begum, very good. Excellent. Please comment down, rest of you also, whoever are watching my video, please comment down below that what are the directions that we are talking about. Okay. So, great, Sada. Great. So it is southeast, that the person is at a point. They have to go in the southeast direction to go to the maybe the classroom. Okay. So these are the directions that you need to follow very quickly. Okay. Now there are few more things that you need to identify when it comes to these directions. Okay. For the first very thing that you need to remember is that, for example, what we are going to, great Rishabh, very great. So what basically what you have to remember is that, for example, here how the referencing works, north to southeast. Sanju, when they will be saying that okay, the classroom is in this direction, or they will be like saying that the library, the classroom is to the southeast of the library. So you need to identify that which is the, you have to quickly identify that which is the direction southeast, and you have to mark your answers quickly. Okay, so that is the key, that you need to know all these directions. Next thing that you need to remember is that when we talk about referencing, what happens in these type of questions is that if they say that I am moving towards the north, or this building is located to the north of the building, north of the, maybe it is located in the north of the map. So if this is our map, then it will always be located in the north section only. Okay, so the position will be somewhere in the north itself. It won't be in the south. You have, or it won't be according to the direction the person is facing. So for example, if the person is facing downwards, okay, in the map you know that the person is facing downwards, what you need to identify still, if they say that okay, the map or the library is located on the north of the map, still you have to consider the north of the map. You do not have to consider the north of this person. Okay, so you need to remember that the north, the poles like north south doesn't change. Similarly, let it be any direction that you are facing, the direction north south east west won't change. Now there is a condition when this thing actually changes. You have to identify that also. Okay, so let us say that now let's talk about, for example, if I am facing in this direction, now you have to tell me that on the upward side. Okay, now you have to tell me that on the upward side of the map, what is the like, which is the direction. You have to say in the terms of, is it left or is it right. Okay, you have to tell me that this place, the circle, the upward ones will be the left or it would be right. You have to tell me that. So comment down in the chat box quickly that okay, which direction you are talking about. Come on, Sada. Come on, Rishabh. Come on, Sanju. Comment down below that which is the if a person is moving in this direction, will this point his his left or his right? You have to tell that. Sada Begum is saying left. Okay. Rishabh is also saying left. Come on, Sanju. Come on, other people. Comment below. There's no one judging you. It is a healthy communication that is going on. So it's great that you are participating. Great, Sada and Rishabh. You guys are participating. That is a very good thing. Okay. So as they have said that this will be their left direction. Okay. So what basically I mean to tell you guys is that, for example, Sanju is also saying left. That's great. So what I mean to say by these things is that if they are saying that we are moving in this direction, then this will be our left, this will be our right. Correct? If we are moving in this direction, this will be our left, this will be our right. If we are moving in this direction, this will be our right, this will be our left. If we are moving in this direction, this will be our left, this will be our right. So when it comes to left, right, and they say that, okay, turn towards your right, then you have to also see that what are the different directions they are going to. You do not have to, like you have to see that what, in which direction the person is facing. If you do not see that, mostly what will happen that you won't get the right direction. For example, if I was saying that okay, I am facing this direction, so in this direction there will always be north. Okay, in this direction there will always be east. But when it comes to it will always be the east part. But when it comes to these type of, or what I say, that when they say left right, then this direction won't be always right. Maybe the person would be facing, if they're facing upwards, this will be their right. If they're facing downwards, the east direction will be their left. Right? So these things can vary according to in which direction the person is facing. So you need to identify that, okay, which is my left direction, which is my right direction. You need to see that, okay, in which direction the person is facing, right? So these were the few things that I needed to discuss. Okay. Now let me close the screen and let's go back to the question or the PPT. Okay. Now, when it comes to the listening, there is some map vocabulary involved. There are few things, there are some vocabularies that you need to know. We have already discussed what are the different directions, in what referencing you have to write left, right, and we have talked about that referencing. But moving further, we have to do some listening vocabulary, that okay, what is the vocabulary? Now you have to basically learn two types of vocabulary. First is the location one, that where someone is in relation to the other object or place. You have to see that which is the you have to talk about the location. Then there is direction. Direction is basically the position towards someone moves. So you have to identify that, okay, which is the position that someone is moving on, right? Then the common vocabulary for location is near. What we say, how we can say near? If something is located nearby, we'll say the word near. In front of, in the front of something. Next to is just on the left or right of something, means exactly next to, or the neighbor person we can say. Okay. Then beside, across, from, between. So these are the some kind of vocabulary for location. Then when it comes to direction, you can say, then they will say that turn right. So you have to say that in which direction the person is facing, then you can turn right. They say turn left, you have to see, okay, in which direction, you can say that they have to turn left. Then go straight on, in which direction they are going straight on. Then travel northwest, that in which direction will be the northwest. Or go past, this is also that in which direction they will be going. Okay. We won't be doing much of the maps. We won't be covering all the maps, but what I will do is, after this class, I will leave a link of this PDF for you guys, so that you can identify that which are the different vocabulary that you guys need to use. Okay. So after the class, you can check the description box, that there will be a link of this basically this PDF. Okay. So now let's talk about what they're saying. This is a university sports center, and you have to identify that what are the different directions they are talking about. First is, the entrance is in the front of the reception desk. So for example, what you have to identify this, if it is the reception, where is the entrance? You have to identify that. So what we'll say, the entrance is in the front of the reception desk. It means this point is the entrance, right? So this point is the entrance, that from where the person is entering. Another way of saying that can be, the reception desk is facing the entrance, that the reception desk is facing the entrance. That means that the reception's front face will be in this direction. Then the pool is in the center of or in the middle of the sports center. Now, what does in center of or a middle of means? That this is the pool. It is in the middle of the sports center. You have to identify that where is the middle point, and you have to mark it. So when you will see all these points, you will able to know, like when you know the vocabulary of map, it becomes very much easier. And you have to always revise it. Do not go in the overconfidence that, okay, I know the directions very well, because it might be confusing. The type of vocabulary they might be using in these type of questions can be difficult, and it can be something different from which you regularly do. Okay, so you have to basically go through it once very nicely, otherwise you won't be able to identify it. Now, the pole is in the center of or middle of the sports center. Now, people, when this is sports center, what they mean? That this whole diagram or whole map, in this whole map, in the exact center or in the middle, there is a pool. So it means that this dark portion will be the pool. The gym is behind the swimming pool. Now they are saying that you, for example, in the reference point, they say that you are right now on the entrance, which is in the front of the reception. You are right now at the entrance. Now, when they say the gym is behind the swimming pool, what does it mean? That we have already identified that, okay, this is our swimming pool. So where will be our gym? It will be behind it. It means at this point, there will be our gym. Okay. Next, moving ahead, the pool is between the reception and the gym. That this is the reception, this is the gym. So where is the pool? It is between it. These are some of the like vocabulary that we are discussing. So you just need to identify it. Okay. The sitting area is next to or by the pool. Now, what the terms next to or by means, that it is just next to or by the pool. It means it is on the left or right side of the pool. Now, they have not exactly mentioned that it will be in this direction or this direction. So you have to identify it yourself. And you have to, they will always give you the reference that, okay, this is the way you can go through it. Next, let's move ahead. Now, this is our second map, which we can go through. In this map, I will just pick up, like it's an hour that we have started our class. So we'll just pick up few things, that what are the few things that you can like pick up from this side. For example, they say pass through the center. What you have to do is that when you are doing paper delivered aisles, just move your pencil like that and put an arrow like that, that okay, we are at right now at this point. Turn right and cafe is immediately in the front of you. Turn right, put an arrow here that okay, we have turned right and we are facing this direction. And the cafe will be in front of you, that okay, this is our cafe, we are able to identify it. Okay. The leisure pool is on the other side of the sports center to the dance studios. So in the map, if you are able to identify the dance studio, what they are saying is on the other side of the sports center. What does the other side on the map means? That if this is the one direction, then it is on the other side. It means that this location would be our leisure pool. Okay. So this direction will be our leisure pool. You need to identify that what is our leisure pool. There is a large changing room just beyond the cafe. What does beyond the cafe means? That once you pass on the cafe, the next location will be the maybe the changing room. Okay. So you can identify that when we move towards this, we had identified that, okay, this is our cafe. So beyond it means that this point, this will be our changing room. Okay. Next, moving ahead, walk along the sides of the sports hall. Which is the sports hall? This is the sports hall. We have to walk along the sides. So just move your cursor like that and your pencil like that and mark, okay, that we are moving in this direction. We are moving along the sides of the sports hall. There are only two sides where there is a gallery to walk, this one and this one. So you have to see that, okay, which direction we are moving. Walk along the sides of the sports hall and you will find the second dance studio in the far corner of the building. So what is the far corner now? These points. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 corners of the map. Okay, let me clear it and draw it again for you guys. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 corners of the map, right? Now, what they mean by the far corner, this term is very important. Far corner, what does far corner means? That, for example, we are at this location. This is our reference point, the point from which the examiner is telling us different locations, that, okay, which will be our location. So these two will be our near corners, that these corners are really near to us. We are already in the middle of it. But these two corners will be the far ones from us. So they are saying that walk along the walls of the sports hall and at the far corner, you will see the second dance studio. So here, this point will be our dance studio. Okay. Similarly, then they are saying go straight along the corridor beside the sports hall and go to your right, you will see two dance studios. This is also same. They are saying go straight along the corridor beside the sports hall. What does the words beside means? That if this is the hall, beside it, there will be two dance studios. Okay. Another thing that you need to remember when it comes to map is these hollow points. What this hollow points means, that they are making a line and in between there is a break in line. What does this break means? This break basically mean that okay, this is the door or this is the entrance of the room or the hall. So there is a sports hall. So this point will be the entrance to the sports hall. So of course, if they are saying that you are walking in this direction and they are saying that enter this room, so you won't be able to enter by this point because there is no door located on this wall. The door was on this wall. So these are the some of the points that you would be able to identify. Moving ahead now. So these are along, like this is another map that you can get. Okay, now we'll just do one in it. Okay, let's do this one. That after crossing the bridge, take the second turning on the left and you will see the retirement home straight ahead. What they are saying, we have to identify where is our bridge. This is our bridge. They are saying after crossing the bridge, take the second turning on the left. Now you cannot be going in this direction because in this direction there is no two left points that you can identify. So it means that you are coming from this direction and you are on this road and you are facing this direction. Okay. They are saying take the second turning on the left. So which will be our, now see, we are facing downwards, so the directions will be opposite. That this will be our left side, this will be our right side. So they are saying take the second left. This is the first left. This one point is our second left. So they are saying move to the second left and you will see the retirement home straight ahead. So that we move ahead and we will see our retirement home. Okay. So this point is our retirement home. Now, there are a few more maps like this which are located, but I have to just show you one thing that is very important. So the map can be like this also. They are saying the school is situated on the bend in the dual carriage. What does the bend means? When the map is like this location is known as the bend. Okay. So this point is the bend. So you have to identify that, okay, this is the bend they are talking about. Now, if there is one interesting one, let's do that. They are saying, I guess it is, okay, the bus station is on the right just past the shopping center. So in this, they are saying the bus station is on the right just passing the shopping center. So if we are on this road, how would you identify that in which direction the person is facing? That is also very important. Will they going into this direction and or will they be going in this direction? So if they are going in this direction, this is our right. So but they are saying that they are saying it is on the right side. It is just a bus station is on the right. So this is our right. We will mark this as the bus station. If they are moving in this direction, we'll mark this one as a bus station. So how will you identify it is just past? What the word just past means? That you have just passed the shopping center. Okay, just past the shopping center. That is a very important thing. It means that you are walking in this direction and you have, like, you are moving in this direction and you have left the shopping center behind. It means that at this point there will be the bus station. Okay, so these are the type of vocabulary that you have to go through and you will be able to identify that, oh, these are the few things that you have to basically keep in mind when it comes to your map question. Always remember that the question are always spoken on a sequence only, in a sequence only. So you do not have to worry a lot. You know that okay, it will be in a sequence, do not worry about it. And just like remember the first question, that okay, this will be my next thing that I have to hear to very nicely. These are the next thing that I have to hear to nicely. Then make some guesses that okay, what are the different guesses that I can make. Okay, so that was it for today's video. Thank you everyone for joining in. And thank you everyone. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell notification button. Put it on all so that every time I come live on YouTube or I upload a new video for you guys, you are able to see it. Okay, so this was the class of listening module. What now I have to tell you two things that are very important. The one thing is paid and another thing is free. Okay, so it is a big announcement that I am going to make. First of all, from Monday I'm starting a new batch of IELTS that is paid, and it will be taken exclusively on Zoom classes. It won't be like telecasted on YouTube or somewhere else. So if you are interested in getting paid coaching from me, you like the style of my teaching style or anything, you can or you need the good bands, you need the strategies that I generally follow. What you guys have to do, you have to text me on my social media handles that I will mention in the comment box below, so that you guys are able to see it. Another thing, another big announcement that I had to make is that we are currently at 497 subscribers. That is a very good number, but when we reach our 1,000 subscribers, I will start a daily course of free IELTS coaching. Means I will cover all the modules, all the strategies, everything live on YouTube, and that will be completely free for you guys, and that will be on YouTube for all your life. Okay, so it will be on the YouTube, and you guys will be able to see it anytime you want. So for helping me reach that target, what you guys have to do is just share this video or my channel with everyone you know. As soon as we reach the 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube, I will start the live coaching on our YouTube platform. Okay, one thing that you guys need to remember is, and I need to clarify, is that I will only provide free coaching on YouTube if we reach the 1,000 mark of subscribers before the end of this month. Okay, so on in the November month I need to start with the live coaching, because I don't know where I will be in December or maybe January, and I don't want to continue it that time. I need to finish the course by this time only, the time that in the November month. So I will be taking daily live classes on YouTube for you guys. So everyone who is not able to maybe invest so much at to take IELTS coaching, they can take free IELTS coaching on YouTube, and I assure you that you will get the excellent bands. Okay, so that was it for today's class. I hope that I will see you guys very soon. Comment down below that what are the different topics that you are facing difficulty, and if you would like me to come online and come on live on YouTube and teach you guys. Okay. So thank you so much for everyone who joined the this meeting, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you so much.